What's up, guys? This is Meow Cly here, also known as Jimmy. So, this is web series on YouTube. It's by a guy called Movieunleashers. It's called Starters. It's it's a series revolving around Pokemon characters and shit. I first started watching it around 2020, mid 2020, when that quarantine and shit. And that's when I first started watching it. I got to like maybe halfway through the series before I stopped watching it. Well, recently I watched pretty much all of it, but not all of it. But I watched pretty much like most of it. So I feel like I'm well off enough so that I can rank the characters that I like and that I don't like. You feel me? We're going to be doing this in the form of a tier list, which is what most people usually do. So I'm going to do that too. Well, without further ado, I suppose we should just get started, shouldn't we? Get it? Started. It is. It is a start. Alright. First off, we have this guy. This Ampharos. He was in Lavender Town, and he ran like one of the things at the amusement park. Not a very significant character now, but and he was also one of the bad guys. So it's like naturally I should dislike him, and I do. Not if it. I just remember this dude got fucking shot. That's his most memorable scene for me, when he got shot. And for that I'm putting him at a D tier, because the scene with him getting shot is pretty entertaining to me. Okay, the next character that I'm going to rank is Blaziken. In most of the series, pretty much all of the series, Blaziken serves as a cop. Now, usually I am not a fan of law enforcement, but I think Blaziken is a pretty funny character, especially in Ditto Disaster, where he serves as like one of the main adult characters that serve as like secondary protagonists, I guess. And I really did like him in Ditto Disaster. And I'm trying to think. He wasn't really as significant in like Typomaniac or Lair Candies, but he did serve like a pretty important role. But my favorite role in him is in Ditto Disaster. So I think he's a funny character, bro. So I'm going to put him at a B. B for Blaziken. Okay, so we have this news reporter guy that can be seen in Typomaniac, in Rare Candies. I don't really. He's not really significant to me. He's just there as like this sensational news reporter guy. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put him at a mid tier because he's there. He provides something to the plot. He doesn't really have a significant character or anything. I'm not used to making videos, as you can tell. In fact, I haven't made a video like this in a very long time, like an actual video, because for the past many months I'm focused on uploading music, so I haven't made an actual video like this in a long time, which is why I'm a little nervous. Alright, Bulbasaur. Out of the trio that is him, Tepig, and Cyndaquil. He's kind of like my least favorite. Not that he's a bad character. It's just that he's like he's like the one I'm least attached to. But I also like him, but like not as much as I like the other two. Bulbasaur is a pretty good supporting character. I feel like he's there. He's he's there for his friends, you feel me? He's there for his friends. And I'm kind of thinking about in out in the lane, his feelings toward Tepig. That when you found out Tepig fucking died. It was like, I just think he's a good character. I just think he's a good character. I'm putting him at A tier because that was pretty hard. I don't know why. Okay, next we have Chespin. So Chespin first has his important major role in Typo Maniac and also Rare Candies. Chespin is a character that I can talk more easily about. I actually like Chespin quite a bit. A lot of things with Chespin are relatable. Kinda how he how he talks a lot. I don't really talk a lot, but sometimes when I'm with friends and I talk, it's just it's like, oh, am I talking too much? Oh, you probably you probably want you probably want me to stop talking, don't you? And Chessman deals with that. I kind of also like how he went through a little bit of a crisis in Rare Candies, where he's like, oh, I'm too fucking positive. Fucking, fucking Mudkip. What the fuck? I'm being fucking corrupted by Mudkip. And I'm gonna be a fat, ugly chud in my second evolution. That was I kind of liked that scene. Chespin's a nice guy. He says it himself, I think, that he's a nice guy, and unlike most people who say that, I'm going to believe him. I'm gonna put him at A tier as well. Okay, Chikorita. So at first she's kind of a bully. Let's be real. She's kind of a bully, but I never really hated her actually. She's pretty cool, and she kind of got less bad near the end of Type of Maniac. And she's a cool character, I guess. She sparks Wade. And yeah, I'm going to put Chikorita at maybe low B tier. Okay, next, Totodile's brother, I think, in Wild Oranberries, who owns or runs whatever the dog fighting league where the wild Pokemon fight and shit. He's pretty cool. Not a very significant character or anything, but he's kind of likable. I'm gonna put him here. It's also kind of funny. Cyndaquil. With these guys, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say anything about them. They have personalities, but it's for me, it's a little hard to talk about. I don't know. Maybe I just suck at talking. He's like my second favorite out of the trio. He's also a very likable character, and I, you know, he has also this. He has this bond with Tepig that I really respect, and you can really tell that they're bros, and that's cool. I fuck with that. I don't really have that much to say about these guys, and I don't know why. It's just a little hard to talk about. So, I don't know. I'm going to put Cyndaquil at an A tier because, yeah. Okay, we have Fennekin's mom. She's there. I don't really know what else to say about her. So, I don't fucking know. I'll put her at C tier. It's not like she's a bad character or anything. It's just she's just kind of there. She's one of those characters that are just kind of there. Okay, so next we have Tepig's dad. I mean, it's, pretty clear where we should put him. He's abusive and shit. And he did feel bad when Tepig died. And he was the one who wished him back. So does that redeem his character? To me, not fucking really. Because if you do shit like fucking abuse your fucking kid, where he shows up to fucking lunch covered in scratches and shit, I don't think no amount of anything is going to fully redeem you. Like, what do you want me to put this motherfucker at? C tier? No, he's going to F tier. Like, what the fuck do you want me to put this dude at?
Damn, dude.
Okay, if you've made it this far, I hope that you might consider subscribing and also joining my Discord, which is mostly for my main thing that I do, which is music. But, I mean, if you like this video and you like me for some reason, you can also join. Just be aware, you're going to hear mostly about my fucking music, but
I'm gonna kill each and every one of you. The only disappointment for me is that I only get to do it once.
Fennekin. Fennekin is an interesting character. I know there's people that don't really like her, and I kind of can understand. She can be very, like, a little difficult sometimes. But in most cases, I can actually understand why she, like, does the shit she does. I could kind of, like, I could put myself in her shoes and just like, yeah, I know why she did that. And she's a little more complex than the other characters, maybe. I don't know. I like Fennekin. I think she's a pretty down-to-earth character who, she has wants. She wants to be liked by Chespin. I actually don't know. I kind of forgot. All the things she does toward Chespin, like, when she's like, maybe you should tone this boyfriend-girlfriend stuff down. I don't know if I'm ready for the relationship yet. And then also where she, like, takes the rare candies to evolve for Chespin. Yes, maybe it can be seen as, well, I'm thinking back, she actually does a lot of shit for Chespin here. And for most of it, I can understand why. It's like, would I do the same thing? Maybe not. I'd probably think about it more. But it's also, also her anger issues. Everyone gets angry sometimes. I feel like the one time we see her use the fire, it's like justified, I guess. Now, would I do that? Probably not. Or maybe I would. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about how pissed Fennekin got, and I'm thinking, maybe not. But overall, Fennekin is a pretty likable character. I'm gonna put it at high B tier, but maybe also low A tier. The next character I'm going to rank is Hypno. So Hypno originally comes off as this Diddy Blood type character. I'm thinking about his fucking voice. It's like, I don't want to hurt you. Look into the happy wheel. This is funny. But then he's also turns out to be like the only good guy in all of Lavender Town, because everyone else is trying to sacrifice, like Bulbasaur in them, and Hypno tried to stop that, which, is pretty good. But also, he's like, I don't know, he's a little weird. He runs the orphanage. He's like, all of the children love me, even Nidalina, like Nidalina. I don't know. He's just still weird. I'm gonna put him at mid tier, cause what he did kind of neutralizes his overall weird aura. So it's like, fine, I'll put him there. Alright, next we have Jirachia. A lot of people, when I first watched Out in the Lane. I fucking hated Jirachi, bro. I hated this guy. Dude, I remember watching the courtroom scene when I was 11. Bro, that shit pissed me off. Now on my rewatch I did like a few days ago, this dude's pretty funny, bro. This dude's funny. This guy's got jokes. He's just pretty trustworthy. Like, I don't, you know, he seems pretty. He's a trustworthy guy. He knows he's powerful, and he is willing to take advantage of that. He knows he's a powerful legendary, and he's like, hey, so I'm super powerful and shit. So come on, man. I don't want to hate him. He's funny, and so I know some people might not like where I'm about to put him. He's funny. he's a funny guy. And he got what he deserved at the end. He can't fly. He can't make wishes. So, I'm going to put Jirachi at a low B tier, maybe high C. High C. Anyone else know high C? Because he's funny, you guys. Okay, next we have Mr. Lugia. This is also another funny character. He was really funny in Ditto Disaster and A Christmas Thing, the unreleased, unmastered, whatever. And I really liked him there. Dude, he made some funny ass jokes that maybe have aged poorly, but like, I don't know, maybe I have super immature humor, which is why I also really like Ditto Disaster. But like, this dude is he was funny as hell in there, bro. He was funny as hell. He's like, Hollywood makes movies about fiction all the time, like Schindler's List and Titanic, bro. Like that shouldn't have been funny, but like, oh, it's a funny ass character. I also liked him in Out in the Lane. I like him, bro. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Mudkip, a serial killer. You could even call him a typomaniac. Do I or do I not like Mudkip? And the answer is, I think he's pretty alright. Yeah, it's pretty weird that he kills Pokemon. So, he's a bad guy because he kills Pokemon and that shit. But also, it's like, I don't really hate him. I don't dislike him. He's there, man. And he also has insecurities. He's close to Chess because that's his only friend, and he's alone. You can see why he did this. You can see why he did this shit. He's a very interesting character. Very interesting. And, yeah, another thing about him, he also got shot. And that made me feel bad for him. So, I'm going to put Mudkip at a B tier as well. Because he's not a bad character. Okay, we have Nido King and Nido Queen in Lavender Town. I really do not know why when the trio first encountered these freaks that they stayed around them longer for like 1 second, because these guys are just freaky as fuck. Even before they revealed themselves as evil ghost Pokemon, they were just the absolute most freaky weirdos ever, and they just have an insanely negative aura around them, and they just freak me out. They just freak me out, man. They just freak me out, and yeah, I think they're in hell now. F tier for these creeps. And next we have Nidorina. Yeah, Nidorina is pretty cool. I really should have watched some of Starters before making this video, but I didn't. I'm going off straight memory here. So if I am rambling, that's why I'm going off straight memory. I don't even have a script or anything. I'm just going off the top of my noggin here. So yeah, brace with me here. Nidorina is cool, and she used a gun, and she was about to kill people, and she was even about to kill her parents, but she was like, "Oh my god, Mom, Dad, is that you?" she's cool. I'm going to put her at high B tier, like right here. A lesser known character, Oshawott. Oshawott was in Ditto Disaster and also a Christmas thing. He served a kind of important role there. He was with Cyndaquil, Tepig, and Bulbasaur, and he was kind of seen it. He was kind of the fourth one. I can understand why he was discontinued, but like, man, it's Oshawott. He was cool. I liked him. I liked him in DD. So I'm gonna put him at B tier, 'cause he's cool. 'Cause he's Oshawott. The next character I'm going to rank is Score Bunny. Score Bunny is an interesting character. I actually don't know if I like him or not. He is a little money hungry, you know. He wants to be in a wild orangeberries shit. I don't know. I kind of don't see his motive there. I think he was too focused on wanting that Turtwig to fight. It was also kind of funny seeing Turtwig use Scorbunny as a wild Pokemon fighter. That was pretty funny. And did he deserve it? Maybe. That's for you to decide. Scorbunny isn't my favorite characters, so I'm just gonna put him in the good old C tier. Just a side note, I'm not ranking every single character that has shown themselves in a single frame of a starters episode. So if you don't see background character number 97, my bad. I'm only ranking characters that I view as important. Dr. Sylveon. I see a lot of, I'm not really too immersed in the starters fandom, but I see they're pretty attached to Dr. Sylveon. I could kind of see why. Pretty elusive villain. He shot Mudkip though. That's a pretty piece of shit thing to do. He's also pretty funny, and it was also just entertaining seeing him just act all angry and shit when he doesn't get what he wants. It's like, hey fuck, you're wasting my time. I'm going to kill this kid. The kid referring to Chespin and how he used Chespin as motive for Mudkip to do his Mudkip shit. Dr. Sylveon is one of those characters where he's pretty funny, so that kind of elevates his character a little bit for me. But also, he doesn't have the charm that Jirachi does, so I'm totally not going to rank him as high as I did Jirachi. I know that's just friggin' insane. I know, and I'm sorry. I just can't. Something within me is just withholding me. I can't. And Dr. Sylveon's final ranking is high C tier. Again, he's a pretty notable character. He's pretty entertaining. He's entertaining. That's why I put him at high C tier. Okay, Tepig. Tepig is like probably my favorite character in the OG trio, if you could say that. He's probably the funniest out of all three of them, and he also, he's also the one I most am emotionally attached to. I see his motives, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand why he did that. He wants to escape his father, build a house in the middle of nowhere. Seems pretty dumb, but he's a kid, and he wants to escape his piece of shit father. So I don't know, I just like Tepig. He was funny and I'm going to reference this episode for the millionth time, Ditto Disaster. That's probably, I know a lot of people don't like Ditto Disaster, but Ditto Disaster is probably one of my favorites. And Tepig was pretty funny there. So I'm going to put Tepig at an A tier, 'cause I like him. Alright, next up we have Totodile from Wild Orangeberries. Totodile, she's cool. I like her more than I do Scorbunny. She's cooler than Scorbunny, and she's better than Scorbunny, and I don't, she's not really that special to me though. So, yeah, she's going to B tier. Next we have Turtwig. Turtwig is an interesting character who I guess also turned out to just be a friggin' robot dude. I feel like he was an interesting guy. He was also pretty funny. It's also pretty funny. He just sounds like a fucking AI. So it's kind of weird. Well, you don't know if he actually is a robot until it's like he is. So this where he just sounds like fucking Celia. It's that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. And also the scenes with him and Score Bunny I also pretty enjoyed. And I think I like Turtwig more than I do Score Bunny. I'm going to put Turtwig at a highish B tier, like right in front of Score Bunny. Okay, next up, Zangoose. And I might be a little biased because in Pokemon Zangoose is my favorite Pokemon. But also Zangoose might be my favorite fucking character in starters. Very underrated. He's funny and he's cool and he's like the best character there. He's fucking Zangoose, bro. I mean, what else could you want in a character? He's funny. He's really a character that you can't help but just get attached to, and he's not just the best character in starters, but he's also probably the best character in any single Pokemon media out there. That's just how fucking cool and badass I think Zangoose is. And I really think he is at an S tier because there's really no one else, we'll see, that can compete with him. Alright, next we have Delibird. He's a one-off character, only appearing in Ditto Disaster. And if you know his true origin, you can call him something of a Ditto Disaster himself. He's also maybe on some Diddy shit. I mean, he's in a white van. He's you never know. He's on some Diddy sus shit. He drives a white van. He's talking to these kids, and yeah, it's all for the punchline. But he also has this weird aura to him. So, but he's also pretty funny. I was going to put him lower. Fuck it, I'm gonna put him at a D tier. Not because I dislike him or anything. It's just I don't feel comfortable putting him at any tier higher than D because of his weird aura. Okay, the next character is Arceus, the god of this Pokemon world. And he's also pretty heckin' enjoyable. I also pretty heckin' like this guy. He just kind of reminds me of myself, a chronically online computer. He's on the computer a lot, which is something I also do. And he also fucks with Minecraft and Roller Coaster Tycoon and shit. That's that nerd shit that I can fuck with. And Leo recognizes Leo, so you know where Arceus is going? He's going at fucking S tier. Alright. Mr. Typhlosion. He's truly one of the best written father figures in media history. He's funny as fuck. And every time he's on screen, you can't help but just want to smile when he's acting all stupid and cracking his little jokes and just acting in the zany way we all know he'll act. And let's not forget his pubic hair dandruff that plays an important part of the plot in Ditto Disaster, actually. And it's so fucking funny. Dude, that's so fucking funny. I can't. What more can you really say? He fucking deserves the S tier. Zangoose might be my favorite character, but fucking Mr. Typhlosion is the funniest. We really can't deny that. Next we have Mrs. Typhlosion. An equally zany character, but I don't think she's as significant as Mr. Typhlosion. Because really nobody, no matter how hard they can try, can be as funny as Mr. Typhlosion. So that's just going to be an impossible task. But I also think she's pretty funny too, and I also enjoy her. So I'm going to put her at maybe a high B tier, low A tier, around that area. Yeah. Forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, Pokemon fans. Giratina's mom. She's a pretty likable character, actually. She's just a likable mom character, and she's in hell, and she's there, and she seems to enjoy it, and she looks like a good mom. So, I'm going to put her at A tier, because we all need a mommy like her in our lives. Now we have Giratina. Again, if I'm saying this wrong, I really don't care, but also sorry. Giratina is he's kind of like a fat chud son, but also like in a good way. He's the type that, is just, he's there, man. He likes video games, and yeah, nothing really wrong with him. I don't dislike him. I like him a lot, actually. He's the guy in charge of hell, I think, but, also he's funny, and I fuck with him. I'm gonna put him at A tier. Okay, so, the last character that I'm going to rank is, the Mewtwo Judge from Out in the Lane. Back in my 2020 watch of Out in the Lane, I probably would have viewed him as a asshole. Now I can kind of understand his position in the shit that happened. He just wants to get his job over with and shit. And it's like, but also, he doesn't really have the charm that Jirachi does. So, that's not going to save him from this mid-tier ranking. Fuck, I'm putting him at D tier, cause there's not that many D tier characters, and that's it. That's all the characters that I'm going to rank. You know what's funny? I made this super F tier, and I didn't even use it. So what's the point? If you have a character that you'd like to put at the super F tier, let me know, fellow Starters fans, cause this super F tier is obviously waiting for someone to be there. I don't hate a character that much, it appears. So that's kind of about it. Bye, you guys.